Okay, so we are going to start the respiration. Okay, so just let's recall some small point of the last session that we have attended on digestion. Okay, so what is the process of digestion? uh, Digestion means the breakdown of complex food into simpler form simpler form in order to absorb more nutrients more nutrients okay, from the food, okay, from digested food, from digested food. Okay, here nutrients are absorbed. Nutrients are very important because they help in energy production in our body. Okay, so after digestion, the respiration, during the respiration, oxygen gas which is been absorbed from the surrounding, okay, through a nostril, and it goes to lung, and in lungs that oxygen get mixed with the blood. The blood contain the complex substance or coordinate compound called hemoglobin. So hemoglobin, when oxygen is get combined, it forms oxyhemoglobin, and that oxygen is carried out to the individual cell, to the individual cell. Okay, here that nutrients generally contain carbon compounds called glucose. Glucose. Okay, that glucose along with oxygen. That glucose along with oxygen. Okay, they undergoes oxidation, step by step oxidation process. Oxidation of glucose takes place. Okay, first process is called as glycolysis. First process is called as glycolysis. And in glycolysis, that glucose is going to convert. Glucose is 6 carbon molecule. It is 6 carbon molecule. It is break down into 3 carbon molecule. 3 carbon molecule, which is called as pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid. During the breakdown of the glucose into pyruvic acid, energy is released. Okay, that pyruvic acid converts into acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, that acetyl coenzyme. See, all these processes. This process I'm going to pack inside the box. Yeah, this process which takes place in cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, this is the nucleus, this is the cell membrane, this is the cytoplasm. Okay, and it is a nucleus, and here mitochondria is present. Mitochondria. Okay, so all this process takes place inside the cytoplasm. Okay, then acetyl coenzyme A formed during the glycolysis process. This process is called as glycolysis. This process is called as glycolysis. So glycolysis, okay, of the glucose takes place in order to form pyruvic acid and then acetyl coenzyme A. That acetyl coenzyme A then enters into the mitochondria. This is the structure of mitochondria. This is mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria. Mitochondria, okay, that acetyl coenzyme enters into the mitochondria, and here TCA cycle, it is carboxylic acid cycle, it is also called as Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle. This Krebs cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle is nothing but the step by step. It is nothing but the step by step oxidation of carbon compound takes place. Okay, that cyclic process, okay, takes place inside the mitochondria, where acetyl coenzyme A in 3CA cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle, or it is also called as Krebs cycle, it produces NADH2. NADH2. It is dinucleotide phosphate group. Okay, and also form FADH2. FADH2. It is flavin adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Okay, so these molecules are very rich in energy. Then they undergoes next process called electron transport chain reaction. They undergoes electron transport chain reaction. In electron transport chain reaction, NADH2 breakdown to form 3 ATP molecule. One NADH2 will going to form 3 ATP molecule, whereas flavin adenine dinucleotide phosphate is going to form 2 ATP molecule. ATP, not ATP, it is ATP molecule, adenosine triphosphate molecule. Okay, and all this process takes place inside the mitochondria. All this process takes place inside the mitochondria. Okay, so here mitochondria produces NADH2 and FADH2, and they produces 3 and 2 ATP molecule respectively by the electron transport chain reaction. That's why mitochondria and these ATP molecules are very rich in energy. Whenever there is need of energy in our cell, that ATP molecule going to break down in order to form energy. Okay, so see, suppose this is the adenine group. This is the adenine group. Okay, it contains 3 phosphate bond. This is the first phosphate bond. This is the second phosphate bond, and this one is the third phosphate bond. Okay, so like this 3 phosphate groups are present. That's why it is called as adenine triphosphate. It is first, it is second, and it is third. So for 3 we are writing 3, and phosphate are there, that's what triphosphate. So adenine, it is adenine group. So name, have you understood the name? It's adenine triphosphate. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So here, when there is need of energy in the cell, that ATP molecule breakdowns, okay, to form ADP, along with energies releases. ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Okay, along with energies releases. So in this group, adenine triphosphate or ATP, energy is stored in the form of phosphate bond. Okay, so let me write here, it is the phosphate bond. Okay, so energy is stored in the ATP molecule in the form of phosphate bond. Okay, so I'm going to write here, energy is stored in ATP molecule. Yes.
Yes, sir. What have you written after step-by-step oxidation of what is that?
Oxidation of carbon compound.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So phosphate bond energy is stored in ATP molecule in the form of phosphate bond. Phosphate bond. Whenever there is a need, this phosphate bond will get breakdown in order to produce energy. Okay. Suppose first requirement of energy, that first phosphate molecule will get breakdown in order to form energy. Then adenine will contain two phosphate group only. That's what is called as ADP. It is adenosine diphosphate. After ATP will form ADP, adenosine diphosphate. And further breakdown, okay, if there again there is a need in cell, then second phosphate bond will get breakdown.
Adenosine monophosphate.
Yes, then it will form AMP. It is adenosine monophosphate along with energy. Okay, then further, if third bond will going to break down, okay, that third bond when going to break down, okay, then only adenine group will remain there. So I'm going to write adenine. Okay, and what will remain, what will release along with adenine? Energy. Okay, and that adenine again going to take part in electron transport chain reaction for the next oxidation of the glucose. Okay, and will convert into ATP again. Okay, so this is the process which takes place inside the mitochondria, and each time energy is releases, and that energy is being utilized by the cell in order to perform all the life processes within the cell and ultimately within the body. Okay, beta. Xavier,
Yes, sir. But how much energy is released in?
see, if fully oxidation, yes, if fully oxidation of ATP molecule, sorry, a glucose molecule takes place, then about 38 ATP molecule are released. 38 ATP. Energy
No,
is,
sir. I was not asking it. I was asking that when a phosphate bond is discharged, then how much energy is released?
okay. When one phosphate bond is going to break down, then how much energy is going to release? Is
Yeah.
it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is.
Okay. Let me check, because exactly I don't know that, but let me check. I'll tell you within a minute. When one phosphate group breaks of ATP, how much energy is releases? 3.7 kilocalorie per mole of energy. Okay.
Okay.
How much? 3.75 kilocalorie. Yeah. When one phosphate bond break down, it releases 7.3.
I think you inverted it. It's 3.75.
7.5 or 7.3 it is given, no?
Yeah.
Calorie per mole. What is mole? It is not,
More
no,
is
only one phosphate bond. It involves 6.022 into 10 to the power 23.
23.
That much particles. Okay, like if we are writing ATP here, ATP means it is not one ATP, it is 1 mole of ATP. It is 1 mole of ATP, and 1 mole of ATP or any substance in 1 mole contain 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So wait, Have you taken the screenshot for that?
They're already written in copy.
Okay, okay. See, this 7.3 energy is not for one phosphate bond. It is for the oxidation of or breakdown of all the phosphate bond from ATP during this process. Okay, that energy plus that energy plus that energy. All these three form of energy which is releases during the oxidation of ATP into ADP, ADP into AMP, and AMP into adenine. Okay, all these three form of energy they contain 7.3 kilocalorie per mole. Okay, that much of energy. Okay, understood, beta? Means 1 mole of ATP molecule will fully break down in order to form energy. Then they produces 7.3 kilocalorie of energy. That's why this is the instant energy which is provided in the cell by the mitochondria. That's why this mitochondria is called as powerhouse of the cell. It's called as powerhouse of the cell. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I want you to take a screenshot. But wait a second. Let me. Yeah. From here you can take a screenshot. Just let me know when done.
Done, sir.
Okay. So this complete process.
Done, sir.
Yeah, this complete process is called as respiration. Okay, so now we are going to define what is respiration now. Okay, okay, so I'm going to define the respiration. So in order to produce energy,
Sir, is this the last topic of this chapter?
no, respiration. After respiration we have control and coordination.
That's another chapter.
Then we have excretion also, no, in this chapter.
Sir,
In
excretion was the process in nutrition, right?
Oh, excretion, yeah. In this chapter we will understand about respiration, then we will discuss about internal and external respiration, then we will understand the respiration in human being, then we will again going to discuss on
Plants.
mechanism and physiology of respiration in human being. Okay, so it is very vast chapter. Okay, we are going to understand very in detail. Okay, in this chapter we will introduce we will discuss about aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Then we will going to understand the phase of respiration. Then we are going to discuss about glycolysis. Then we will discuss about TCA cycle. Whatever we have discussed, only the introduction part of them. Okay, we will discuss in detail. Okay, then we are going to discuss about aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Then we will discuss also about the fermentation, and then in human respiration, after introduction part, definition, then features of respiration, then respiratory organ like nose, larynx, pharynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs, alveoli. Okay, everything. Then alveoli, after alveoli we have lungs. No, alveoli, then blood capillaries, then exchange of gases. Then respiratory
Sir,
system, how the respiratory
heart.
system is going to function. Heart is formed for the circulatory system.
Yeah,
Ah.
it is there.
Okay, then our chapter will go. No, then we will discuss about the physiology of respiration, like inhalation, exhalation, diffusion, cellular respiration. Then yes, then our chapter will get end.
All right.
Yeah, we have then respiration in plant also, like we have transpiration. Okay, respiration in aquatic animal, how they respire, so gills. Okay, so these are the part that we will cover. This is only the introduction part we are discussing today. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to define the respiration. So before going to define respiration, we have to understand the importance of respiration. Okay, see, respiration is the very important life process. It is the very important life process it is a very important life process performed by living organism. Okay, living organism in order to produce energy to sustain life, okay, is nothing but the respiration. Okay, so this is the introduction part, not definition. Okay, now I'm going to write the definition of respiration. Okay, so respiration is the metabolic process what is metabolic process? The entire that starting from the digestion and till the energy production. Okay, all these process combinedly called as metabolic activity. Okay, so the metabolic process in which cell of the living organism okay, the metabolic process in which the cell of the living organism produces energy by fully oxidation of or by oxidation of glucose is called as respiration. Is called as respiration. Understood beta? Respiration definition. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have to discuss about the way of we can say the mechanism of respiration. Okay. So have you taken a screenshot? Take a screenshot, then we are going to scroll it down. Just take a screenshot. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone, I am getting response only from 2 or 3 students only. Drishti
Yes.
and Drishi, are you there?
Yes.
Do respond beta when I am asking have you got the things or understood, so you have to respond na? Yes, no. Okay. Rashul,
Yes, sir. Understood.
okay, so you have to respond when I'm asking. Okay beta.
Okay,
So
sir.
it must be two-way communication. Okay, if I'm explaining things only alone, then it is monotony. So it is not interactive session. So I want everybody have to interact with me during the teaching. Okay. See, again you are not responding.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Teja,
Sir.
you came late again.
Sir, my internet was down, so that's why.
Okay, and you are not responding again. Xavier,
Yes, sir.
what's wrong with you, beta?
Nothing, sir.
Again, today you came late, then you are not answering yes or no,
No,
so you
sir.
are not
No,
responding.
sir.
again.
I came on time, sir. Like my internet had some problems, so I got disconnected.
Okay. Okay, not an
Yes,
issue. Okay, so you had to respond while session. If you are getting doubt, you can ask the question in between also.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
So now we are going to understand about how the respiration process takes place, means the mechanism. Okay, so I'm going to write a respiration completes in respiration. I'm discussing about the human being and other animals also. Okay, so respiration completes in two stages or two steps. Number one, called external respiration. External respiration. And another one is called as internal respiration. Internal or cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. Okay. So now we are going to discuss one by one what is external and internal or cellular respiration. Okay. So we will have to discuss first about the external respiration. Any idea about external respiration? Anybody? Any idea? So
No, sir.
it says external. External means the gaseous exchange if or the gaseous exchange takes place between atmosphere and lungs. Okay, it's called external respiration. External respiration. Okay, like we are breathing in oxygen rich air and we are breathing out the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, this is external respiration. We are directly exchanging gases through the atmosphere. That's why it is called as external respiration. Example, okay, we used to breathe in. Which gas we are breathing?
Oxygen.
No, oxygen rich air, because our nose do not have filter in order to filter oxygen from the atmospheric gas. Okay, so we used to breathe in oxygen rich air, we used to say, not oxygen only, huh? Oxygen rich air. Okay, see, in our atmosphere, atmospheric composition. Okay, first we have nitrogen. You know how much nitrogen we do have in our air? Huh? Any idea? It is 78%. How much? 78% by volume. Okay, then we have oxygen. Any idea about oxygen? It is 21% by volume. Okay, then third gas we have carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Okay, it is only about 0.02 to 0.03% only. Okay, that much carbon dioxide in our atmosphere is normal, or if 0.01% will get increased, okay, we will face the problem. Okay, and fourth, it is the third one, and fourth contain very negligible amount called argon and other gases. And other gases. This is the composition of our atmosphere. So here we have oxygen on second number. Okay, see, nitrogen is metabolically neutral. If we will breathe, see, whatever the gas we are breathing in, which contain nitrogen also, oxygen, carbon dioxide also. Okay, but in our lungs only oxygen is get absorbed. Okay. Okay, we used to breathe in oxygen rich air and we breathe out oxygen rich air and we breathe out carbon dioxide gas, carbon dioxide gas. And very important fact I am writing here, the air we breathe out, the air we breathe out contain 4% of carbon dioxide. Okay, the air we breathe out which contain 4% of carbon dioxide. Okay, beta. So this is all about the external respiration. So external respiration involves exchange of gases between the atmosphere and lungs of the organism. It's called as external respiration. Okay, example, like we used to breathe oxygen rich air, okay, and from where oxygen is being absorbed in our body, so in blood, and we are breathing out the carbon dioxide gas, which is nothing but the waste gas which is formed during the metabolic activity and which is releases in lung, and we are removing or throwing out from the nostril. Okay, so this is all about external respiration. Take a screenshot, then we will move further. See, we have only 1 minute left, so we will disconnect and then we will rejoin, beta. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in next part we will understand about the internal respiration. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So should we disconnect?
Yes, I'm going to disconnect all, and all have to join within a minute, beta.
All right.